This is the neural guardian speaking. There is a kind of behavior that almost no one talks about, not because it doesn't exist, but because it happens quietly, when no one is watching, when there is no applause, no recognition, and no audience. This is the behavior that reveals who you really are. Not the version of you that performs for the world, but the version that exists in silence, in solitude, and in truth. If you have ever wondered who you truly are beyond labels, roles, achievements, and expectations, this is where the real answer begins. Most people grow up learning how to be seen. We learn how to speak, how to behave, how to present ourselves in ways that are acceptable, admired, or rewarded. Over time, this creates a kind of visible identity. The personality we show, the habits people recognize, the story others tell about us. But beneath all of that, there is another layer. A deeper layer. A layer that no one else can fully observe. This is where your silent behavior lives. And this is where your true character is formed. Silent behavior is not dramatic. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't seek validation. It shows up in the smallest moments of your life. It's how you speak to yourself when you fail. It's how you treat someone when you have nothing to gain. It's what you choose when no one will ever know the difference. It's what you do when it would be easier to quit, to hide, to lie, or to betray your own values. These moments seem small, but they are not. They are the moments that build the structure of who you are from the inside out. Think about the last time you were completely alone with your thoughts. No phone. No music.
No distraction.
Just you and your mind. What did you do in that moment? Did you run from it, or did you stay? Did you criticize yourself, or did you try to understand yourself? Did you numb yourself, or did you listen? The way you behave in these invisible spaces says more about you than any speech you could give or any image you could project. This is where autoconhecimiento begins. Not in books alone, not in quotes alone, not in what others tell you about yourself, but in your relationship with your own inner world. Real self-knowledge is not built through performance. It's built through observation, through honesty, through courage, through the willingness to sit quietly and look at yourself without judgment, without defense, and without escape. There is a reason why silence can feel uncomfortable. Silence removes the masks. It dissolves distractions. It strips away noise. And when that happens, you are left with what is real. Many people avoid this because they are afraid of what they might find. But what they don't realize is that what they find is not their weakness, but their truth. And truth is not something to fear. It's something to build upon. Your silent behavior shows up in how you handle disappointment. When plans fall apart and expectations collapse, do you become bitter, or do you become reflective? Do you blame the world, or do you ask yourself what you can learn? Do you break, or do you bend and grow stronger? Nobody may see these moments, but they leave a permanent mark on your inner identity. They quietly shape the way you live, the way you love, the way you dream, and the way you endure. It also appears in how you treat people who can offer you nothing in return. The cashier at a store, the stranger who crosses your path, the person whose presence doesn't elevate your status or feed your ego. Do you treat them with respect, patience, humanity? Or do you dismiss them, ignore them, dehumanize them? These moments happen so naturally that you may not even notice them, yet they carry the signature of who you really are. One of the most powerful truths is this: you are not defined by your loudest moments, but by your quietest ones. You are not defined by what you say in public, but by what you do in private. You are not defined by what you promise, but by what you follow through on when no one reminds you. And this is not meant to judge you. It is meant to awaken you. Because here's the beauty of silent behavior: it can be changed. It can be refined. It can be healed. It can be strengthened. And the moment you become aware of it, you gain a rare kind of power. The power of conscious transformation. The power of choice. The power of becoming someone you respect when you are alone. Self-awareness is not about perfection. It is about alignment. It is about closing the gap between the person you show the world and the person you are in silence. It is about building integrity so strong that no matter where you are, who is watching, or what is at stake, you remain true to yourself. And this process doesn't happen through force. It happens through gentle, consistent, honest awareness. Science has supported this in many subtle ways. Studies in psychology have shown that people who engage in regular self-reflection tend to have higher emotional intelligence, greater resilience, and more stable relationships. When you consistently observe your own thoughts and behaviors, you become less reactive and more intentional. You stop living on autopilot and start living with purpose. This isn't mysticism. It's neuroscience. Your brain literally rewires itself when you practice mindful awareness. But this journey isn't about turning yourself into someone else. It's about uncovering who you've been beneath everything that was imposed on you. Expectations, fears, labels, wounds, roles, trauma. All of that can cover your true self like layers of dust. Silent behavior is the cloth that begins to wipe it away. You see who you are in how you respond to pain when no one is comforting you, in how you rebuild after loss when no one is applauding you, in how you continue when no one believes in you. And if you look closely enough, you will find that there is more strength inside you than you ever imagined. Many people chase identity through external things: careers, relationships, money, recognition, achievement. While these things can be meaningful, they are not stable foundations for who you are. Because they can be taken away. They can change. They can collapse. Silent behavior, on the other hand, cannot be taken from you. It's built inside. It's invisible. It's yours. When you begin to understand this, your life starts to change. Not necessarily on the outside first, but on the inside. You become less desperate for approval, less afraid of judgment, less reactive to criticism. Why? Because you start basing your self-worth on your inner coherence, not on external applause. You begin to respect yourself in a way that doesn't require validation. There is a quiet kind of courage in choosing to be honest with yourself, in admitting when you are wrong, in forgiving yourself when you fail, in trying again when you feel tired, in showing kindness when you could be cruel. This courage doesn't show up in headlines. It doesn't trend. But it is the kind of courage that builds real character. Over time, your silent behavior becomes your foundation. And your foundation determines everything you build. Your relationships become deeper because they are rooted in truth. Your decisions become clearer because they are guided by values. Your boundaries become stronger because they are shaped by self-respect. Your dreams become more authentic because they are aligned with who you really are. You begin to understand that life is not about becoming someone impressive. It is about becoming someone real. Someone honest. Someone grounded. Someone whole. And that wholeness does not come from shouting into the world. It grows quietly, patiently, steadily, inside your thoughts, inside your choices, inside your silence. The behavior that reveals who you truly are will never be loud. It will never beg to be seen. It will never demand recognition. But it will always be there, shaping you, guiding you, defining you. And when you finally learn to pay attention to it, you realize that your true self was never lost. It was just waiting for you to be quiet enough to listen. This is not a journey of becoming more. It is a journey of returning. Returning to honesty. Returning to simplicity. Returning to truth. Returning to yourself. And every time you choose awareness over avoidance, presence over distraction, integrity over convenience, you take one step closer to the person you have always been beneath the noise. You don't need to be louder to be real. You need to be quieter. You don't need to perform to be valuable. You need to be aligned. You don't need to prove anything to the world. You need to understand yourself. And that understanding, that self-awareness changes everything. Because in the end, the life you build is only as strong as the person you are when no one is watching. And the person you are in silence is the person you truly are. And your mind protects who you are.